Okay. The next part is going to be the clavicle right here, as well as the scapula, one half of the scapula right here. The clavicle right here articulates with the acromion right here. As I said before, this is the acromion right here. This is the coraconoid process. And this right here is the glenoid. Right here is the glenoid fossa or cavity. And this is the point of articulation with the humerus. Okay, on the anterior side we have the subscapular fossa, as well as the lateral border right here and the medial border. On the posterior side we have the infraspinosa fossa and the supraspinosa fossa right here. And right here is the spine of the scapula. And right here we have the humerus, which is the longest bone for the pectoral limbs. Alright, and on the top of the humerus we have the head right here, as well as the greater tubercle and the lesser tubercle, where the lesser tubercle can only be seen from the anterior side, as is the posterior side. And going down from the head towards the tail end of the bone, in the middle we have the deltoid tuberosity for the attachment for any shoulder musculature. And now at the bottom end of the humerus we have the trochlea, this pointed piece right here. Next to it is the medial epicondyle, and the other side is the lateral epicondyle. We also have the coronoid fossa right here, as well as the radial fossa, the capitulum right here, and on the posterior side we have the olecranon fossa right here. The capitulum is the point of articulation for the radius, as the trochlea is the point of articulation for the ulna. The next two bones are the ulna, the longer bone, and the radius. You can tell this is a radius because of the head of the radius is a more circular surface. Okay, on the top we have the olecranon process, and then following that we have the trochlear notch, where it connects to the trochlea from the humerus. And then following the trochlear notch we have the radial notch, where it articulates with the radius. As we go down inferiorly we come across the interosseous crests, all the way down to the tail end of the ulna. Here's the head of the ulna, very bottom. Here's a styloid process of the ulna, the little piece that sticks out. Okay, and that's the ulna. We'll move on to the radius. Starting from the top of the radius, we have the head of the radius right here. So you can see this part articulates with the radial notch on the ulna. Following that we have the radial tuberosity, this little bump right here. And just like the ulna, the radius has an interosseous crest going laterally as we head down. At the very bottom we have the styloid process of the radius right there. Okay, that has been the radius, and now we'll move on to the hand. And the final part for the upper limbs is the hand. And just like the foot, we have 5 metacarpals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have phalanges. The thumb is excluded, so we have proximal, middle, and distal. 1, 2, 3 on each finger, or phalange. And then for the bones or the carpals, we have the scaphoid here, then the lunate. So we got the scaphoid right here, the lunate, the trichetium, the pisiform, somewhere right there. Then we have the trapezium over here. Then we continue on with the trapezoid right next to that. The capitates, and then the hamates. Hamate. And this has been the pelvic pectoral girdle, as well as the arm bones and the hand.